Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So things have been pretty hectic recently. Let's try this again. Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So things have been pretty hectic recently, as we see that there's this massive fire, what have you. And I brought up not too long ago, some days back, that there was an event in front of the Greater Love Church in Detroit. And it was right by the Southfield freeway. Now Southfield borders Detroit, okay? And it's said to be 15 miles away from downtown. That's downtown Detroit, right? 15 miles northwest. And so it was called the Greater Love Church, and I've been going on about the greatest commandment, the second greatest commandment, what have you. Interrupted really fast here. People are supposed to be building in heaven, not on earth, where thieves break and steal, where thieves dominate, where thieves use all kinds of tricks in organized groups. First and foremost, they're governing class people. So Matthew 6, right? Store riches in heaven, assets, buildings, building a family. These things are forms of riches, right? And so on and so forth. So in the recent blissfest event, there was some kind of an attack on somebody whose name was John Hartman. Now, when you connect this is a very significant event, just like the shooting at the. So they made it so I had to kind of say it again here. So I'm gonna have to insult people at the end of this video, and that's part of why I chastise people. But anyway, at the recent blissfest event in Michigan, here in Michigan, someone was assaulted. Their name was John Hartman, right? Obviously, I'm Christ, but my technical middle name is John, okay? And you have Hartman. And at the Greater Love Church where that shooting took place, it was by the Southfield freeway entrance. And I live in Southfield. So the spirit of justice has to run its course onto eternal punishment for all rebels, according to their deeds. We see that in Revelation 20. So, because I'm going to have to chastise these people for all the interruptions during this video and everything else, I'm going to point out 22 reasons I'm right real quickly here. 22 reasons I'm right that the answer to the problems in America are not found in any white or any Jewish or any LGBT culture. They're the main groups that are doing it, and they're on board. Okay, you think about a ship, a pirate ship, there's the captain, the first mate, the second mate, what have you. So even if you're the 15th mate or whatever, you're still on board. You can't say, well, you're not the one giving the orders because you're still on board. And those are the main groups persecuting. So we know that the white, Jewish, and LGBT cultures don't have a solution for us for the problems facing the world. Just like in Rome, there were white, Jewish, and LGBT cultures there, and the answer was from a culture that was ultimately from Africa, right? Hebrew is an Afro-Asiatic language. Abraham is called that for a reason. Abba Ham, Father Ham, and that's the spiritual father. And so in my thorough analysis of all the cultures in the world, okay, obviously only my culture, which is universal pinpoint and moral precision, which requires people obeying God through me, is sufficient. And as we look at these white, Jewish, and LGBT cultures, this almost covers all their cultures, but it helps you understand why I'm right. We see that they're all full of people that are out of touch, that are brainwashed, that are purposeless, and disassociated. The purpose of this isn't to insult them, okay, though they deserve to be chastised, and that's part of why I'm emphasizing this in this video, because of what they did, and I know they don't like to hear it, but it needs to be said either way. But it's to make it clear that the solutions for the problems we're facing aren't in their cultures. Look at European history, look at Jewish history. They have never provided solutions for the problems in the world, ever. Okay, not any known instance. In Egypt, you have the first dynasty. In Igbo culture, you have the Royal African Falcon Martial Order. In white Jewish LGBT culture, you have nothing. Okay, so policemen, Freemasons, churches, synagogues, military, police, cowboys, squares, jocks, rockers, metalheads, freaks, LGBT people are called quote unquote, it's not to insult them, but to point out that they're called quote unquote queers, right? Because they're odd. Like Marilyn Manson is odd. And his culture is called freak culture, right? So they're freaks, and then you have these people who are LGBT who are called odd. Now, if you were to say that Marilyn Manson's culture is irredeemable, it's no good, what have you, most people say that's okay. But if you say that about another group that has a similar title, right? They call themselves quote unquote queers, okay? Which is, queer meaning odd, meaning like a freak, right? But if you say that about them, magically it's not okay. I want you to think about why that is. No offense to the LGBT community. If you think that this shouldn't be said, please put in the comments. Racers, cheerleaders, nerds who are described by other nerds in the dictionary as foolish and contemptible, boringly studious and worthless. Weebles, emos, furries, put in the same point number 18. Bikers, 1%er and otherwise, druggies, hippies, and artists. None of these groups or any other white, Jewish, LGBT group have any actual solutions for you. Just psychological games, just conformity, just controlled opposition or direct oppressors, what have you. And it's very important that you understand that. That's part of why all these people like John Hartman are being assaulted, people are being shot and killed, people being raped and trafficked and fumed and abused, all these preventable deaths every year in the world, millions and millions of preventable deaths every year, because they keep depending on variations of white and Jewish and LGBT cultures that are ultimately derived from Rome. Okay, there were things that led up to Rome, but that's their main point of reference. Okay, and the Romans symbolically in the story killed Christ. You're either with me or you're with the spirit that is opposed, the adversary spirit that's opposed to God. The Jews in the story weren't the only ones who killed Christ. It was the Romans. They had the power. To the one who much is given, much is expected. They could have told the Jews to go to hell, that they're not going to do it. But instead, because they're sniveling wolf scum, they decided to go ahead with it for their pathetic pagan cultures and their pathetic pagan agenda. And you all need to understand that.